The next game we're going to introduce to you guys is what we call torso tag. So this is a basic place to start developing the mechanics of striking in a way that's really safe. So what we do with this is we focus on just touching the other guy anywhere on the torso with our fingertips. So we can play this with using the fingertips to tag, or we can use a soft fist. There's a little bit of an issue with both of those. With the fingertips, if you let your fingers be stiff, you can easily hyperextend your fingers. Also, if he happens to block the hand up, then I can poke him in the face with my fingertips. If we use a soft fist like this, well, imagine you're clutching an egg in your hand. Now, if he pushes the hand up, it's not so bad, and we don't run the risk of poking him, of hyperextending our finger. The one thing that can happen is I can hit his elbow or his forearm and hurt my hand. So you can play with what you feel comfortable with. One of my main apprentices has found that for whatever reason, his students and he tend to respond best to the soft fist. I've had a lot more luck personally with the soft fingers. If you're going to use the soft fingers, what you're going to do is close your thumb in. You don't want to sprain your thumb, and bring your fingers in slightly flexed so that when you tag the other guy, your fingers are going to be able to bend. If you're going to use the soft fist, make sure that you don't close the fist completely. Imagine having an egg in your hand, and then when you're hitting, you're doing this. Obviously, as we progress and we get comfortable with roughhousing, now we can start giving each other hard punches, and that's fine. But this introductory game, the goal is not to hurt the other guy with the tag. The goal is just to learn how to close the space and tag them. So we can play this game in a very limited way by standing on a log, for instance, or just standing here, and we're just going to have our hands up and we're going to try to touch the other guy in the chest. And then we can open it up and start moving around. So, again, we have a way to introduce the dynamics of self-defense, of martial arts, in a totally safe way, or a very, very safe way. And it tends not to be similar enough to a real fight that it gets people feeling like they need to hurt the other person to win. So it's a really great way to get into playing these types of games. What we're learning here that applies to any martial art is how to understand the opponent's rhythm and their movement, their timing, how to read where they're open, how to feint and get a reaction. So if I'm doing this and he's responding, now I can take advantage of that. So these are basic dynamics that apply to any striking situation. And of course, there's also bad habits that we're developing, right? If I'm like, okay, cool, I'm hitting you, I'm winning. That's not going to be effective in a fight, right? I'm going to need to close that distance until this punch actually does something. So it's important that you're aware of what you're not getting. It's not a real fighting drill. It is a really fun game that teaches you mechanics and teaches you principles that you can apply to those things and gives you a safe entry point for starting to explore striking dynamics with a partner. So this is a great place to start playing with striking in a way that's going to be safe and sustainable. And again, this is one of those games that people who have never wanted to kickbox, people who are totally not interested in violence, they find actually this is super fun. You know, I've had many people come to my workshops and say, you know, I'm really interested in all the other stuff, I don't want to do the roughhousing. They see us start playing and they say, okay, well maybe I do want to do the roughhousing. And by the end of the day, they're giggling and laughing and kickboxing, giggling and laughing and grappling. So the key thing is understanding how to start at a safe place and move from there. And this is one of the best, safest places to start learning the basics of striking.